Well, hello gang, and welcome back to Rimworld. It's the 4th of August. Things slug along sluggishly, without a whole lot going on. There's a marriage happening. Brandisius. At some point, blah blah blah. Change your last name to Drake. Okay, but where does it show who is marrying who here? Brandisius and Jeremy are getting married. Chem fuel production goes pretty well. We're up to 400 there. Someone has to be operating. I realized what was going on. Why this didn't have any, why this was 0-0. Have to have somebody at the console here in order for any of this to work, as far as I can tell, which makes sense. People kind of cycle in and out. It doesn't matter if it's manned 24/7 right now, because I can't pump oil quicker than I can burn through it, even on the lowest power mode with the crude cracker. Just don't have enough production. I'm wondering if I could build another oil well. Link it up and like another oil well on the same little reservoir. Link it up and boost production. Unfortunately, I don't have enough components. I don't even have enough components to repair the batteries that we looted, which is rather unfortunate. Any events we can do? Begin a conversion ritual. Yeah, this probably won't go over too well, but we've been trying to convert Tal forever. Let's throw a ritual and try to convert him to the party code. Everyone bring a beer and some rum. Rebby explained mankind's history. Well, it's really complicated out here on the Rimworld, you see. Faster than light travel, things like that. People from all different eras flying around. Civilizations really can't get built up because as soon as a group starts to get any type of power, you know, the mechanoids show up or the demons, something terrible is going to come along and tear that civilization down. And so they'll send their survivors off to another Rimworld and the whole cycle will start again. Pirates and raiders, right and wrong. Some would call us murderers, but that's just bullshit. I feel like we pretty much only raid and plunder from bad people. False other beliefs. They're out there, folks. You need to keep yourself level-headed even when you're drunk and on an opium bender. And if you join, you'll feel like you belong. Let's see. It was effective. Blah, blah, blah. Everyone gets +3 mood. I guess I could reform my ideology. Probably for a while now. Poolip leveled up. I think I already spent that psi point. Doesn't really matter since they're going to be cycling in and out. I did go ahead and build a tenancy board, I guess. Start getting some of these bedrooms filled up. At the very least, these people can hold a gun. So they can stay behind at the colony with Carrot and whoever else stays behind, while other people go out and raid. Box, you have an addiction to alcohol now. I'm sure that Grimmeth will come along and heal that. Alcohol tolerance. Yeah, I don't even see it there. Grimmeth is a miracle worker, running around constantly expending his mana to heal people's wounds. Maple Warhammer has brought it away, that's fine. Suddenly I'm getting the hiccups. As soon as I started to record, I can feel them. Can't do any parties there. Don't really feel like singing shanties. So far, every time we've tried to sing shanties, it has gone poorly. Let's see, what do I want to do? What I really want to do is get components. And I do need to raid because people are getting quite upset that we have not done any raiding in a while. This expires in 15 hours. This expires in 27 days. It has 17 people, but holy shit. 445,000 steel? Huh. 1.54 days. It has 17 people. I have no idea what the Clade of Hosjafo is. Clade of Hosjafo. Let's spend a minute scrolling through the list here. Let's see if I can stumble across their name. I think the next time I make a colony, the next world will be much smaller than this one, with probably a lot less factions to try and remember. I'd prefer just a handful that we interact with and have long-term knowledge of. We know who they are, we know what they're about, we know their leaders, we have interactions with their members, people raiding us and then escaping, being taken prisoner and let go, things like that. It's hard to do whenever there's 650 different factions on a gigantic planet. I don't see them in here, so maybe it doesn't matter. Huh. Well, if they're not a faction I have to worry about, let's go raid this. This is a lot of steel. I can use the steel eventually in order to make components, and depending on how much of that I carry back. Let's see, Tal, Scrungus, Box. I want a decent amount to go. Emmy, probably send everyone, honestly. Leave Pixelthorn, Brandisius, Grimmeth, Lilith, and Slaxer. Send Slaxer too. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Definitely don't have enough animals for that. Should send the foals and everything too. They can carry 16 kilograms. That's at least, what, 50 steel maybe? Slaxer, you have to walk. I think that's how it went down last time too. Okay, supplies. I don't really need to take any of those. Packet survival mills. Take a little bit more, just in case. Bedrolls, yeah. Uncooked lavish stew. I have one setting in storage waiting to be cooked. Finally, they're getting around to that. Take 2 revered motes. Since Revy's going. I think he'll auto-consume those as food, but I could be wrong. Like, on the journey. I know that he'll auto-consume them here. Every fucking time his reverence gets below 75. We got a road being built along the outside. Primarily for my colonists. Because they path along through here so often, I'll most likely take the road all the way around the colony. Eventually pave a road down through here. Like I say, halfway to bait enemies along a path that I somewhat control and expect. And the other reason, just to make things quicker. Like body retrieval. Still waiting on all that stuff to be dismantled. An egg. It's a wild goose egg, unfertilized. I'd be tempted to steal a fertilized goose egg. Start trying to hatch some. What are you shooting at? A wild boar. Hey, there's another battery laying around. After a raid, after we loot stuff and come back, there's furniture just scattered all over the place. It's the only type of item that is continually scattered. I think. I assume the other stuff at least gets hauled to a stockpile. Slaxer's not having any of it. It's entirely possible, too, that these enemy animals have kept visitors from showing up. I don't see a whole lot of pollution spreading out. Polluted, polluted. Probably polluted along the wall, polluted. Maybe someday, far in the future, when we have the technology, we'll clean all of this mess up. The caravan has formed and is on their way out. That's good. I'm surprised that that worked at 2 o'clock in the morning. I didn't even realize what time it was. The research building, the nuclear research building is almost done. The floor needs to be placed. Some of these walls need to be fixed. That's amazing that it happened like that. And let's see. Nuclear Rim Atomics research bench, come down here. That's kind of unfortunate. Maybe should have measured that out better. Reactor console. So it probably doesn't matter where the researching, or, yeah, the machining table is. It's not going to fit here. I think I'll just leave that there for now. I could really bring this. It would make more sense for it to be in the workshop. I need to just go ahead and combine this building into one. Expand things over a little bit. Remove some of these shelves so items can be placed in here. Add some more fabrication benches. In fact, what are we researching right now? Smoke pop packs. And then autocannon turret, deep wells, industrial scale pumps, then hot tubs. Used for hydrotherapy, relaxation, and pleasure. Whatever that means. Let's see. I can't build the nuclear or the research reactor yet because we need 8 components. Notice it's not a prototype anymore. They already powered through that. Gonna put a Geiger counter there and there. Should probably put one outside too, but I like those trees, so. You know what? We're gonna have something in the buttress of this wall here. Have a Geiger counter and maybe a shower. I'm not sure if it would help if I had like a shower room for people who are working with radioactive material to wash off. I don't know if it's that in-depth. Gonna find out the hard way. Might be going a little bit overboard with lights, but I think it's fine. Also, there is something I wanted to try out. LED lighting. Rope light. How does this actually work? I wanted to test it out on one of these rooms. LED... rope floor light. That's what I want. Embedded in the floor and invisible. Must be directly. LED floor light. Embedded in the floor and invisible. I don't really want it to be invisible, though. I want it to be RGB obnoxious. Here. The trade caravan has entered the vision range of our colony. Hey, a trade caravan, sweet. Pristine ruins found nearby. Frick. Oh, that's so far away, okay. I did notice that our colonists down here are going to be going into polluted territory. I'm going to hope that they will be fine. Last time we went into polluted territory, it was all the way, like, back here. We spent days there, if I'm not mistaken, and everyone still survived, so... Good lord. Wealth low, raiders presence almost none. Let's take a guess. How long would it take to get there? It doesn't look that far in the grand scheme of things, right? I'm guessing 4.5 days, maybe up to 6. Let's see what it is. No, not all the way over there. Don't be ridiculous. 1.29 days? I don't believe it. That's quicker than getting down here. Does not make sense. Prison camp opportunity. I do want to try and do this. We have 8.4 days for it. Unfortunately, I don't think this counts as a raid. It counts as a quest. And the last things that I've been doing have all been quests. Like, what are we down to, mood-wise? -16. Every day we lose 1 extra mood, I believe. I think that's how it works. Grimmeth is using the telescope, while Pull-Up is on guard duty, apparently, with a beer bottle. I always forget to change people's melee settings, don't I? Zombies? What do you even have? Molotov cocktail? Yeah. That could be useful. Fire against heavily armored units is a pretty good way to distract them. If you can't crack the shell, try and melt it. Got our second guard tower up here. I figure having 2 towers, let's see, install radio. I'll install a nutrient paste dispenser even though I don't have any nutrient paste, I guess. I don't know. Nobody ever brings food to the other tower. Put a tactical telescope there. Long-range scanners have actually been completed. So let's turn that on. Somebody has to have the mining skill in order to use that. So probably, Lilith, you'll be a beast on this. Making radiation suit. Question is, are you picking up an unfinished one or starting a new one? You're starting a new one, so how about go use this thing instead. You don't really need radiation suits yet, I want to say. I need 6 components for radiation detectors, and then 8 more for the reactor itself. Very strong blast doors that are reinforced with depleted uranium, providing full shielding against radiation. I should probably... I don't know where to get depleted uranium from. I was going to say I should probably build doors. Blast doors here. I have a feeling that these walls are not going to be radiation proof. Bad things are going to start happening. Just call it a hunch. The Akbar clan and the Turquoise Wayfarers have become hostile with each other. Carrot's meditating. Brandisius is harvesting the... what is it? Radishes? They're so bright. Pixel Thief. You're busy standing guard at the watchtower. Casually sipping a beer while you lean against the guardrail. Grimmeth, you're gonna go take over at the guard tower, it looks like. It's time for a change of shift. Is everyone just gonna go stand guard at the watchtower? Is that what's happening? Make radiation suit. Not... oh, that's researching? I thought that was mining, huh? Okay, well, who's my best researcher here, then? Absolute... Grimmeth isn't bad, okay. How about instead of researching that, let's go see if we can find some components. As nice as it will be to get more things researched, I can't even build them if I wanted to. I moved all my blocks outside to get them out of storage. I should probably move the uranium to the nuclear power plant. Let's see, like, where should that go? Is there a fancier looking storage shelf? Something that screams industrial? I don't think so. Let's say make it out of gold. Let's see. So... think we'll have this be a storage area. I'm going to move these storage benches down here. My game is starting to drag ass for some reason. I can only assume that something bad is happening somewhere. Well, that is a lot of people coming through. Group of hunters. They will hang around the colony for some time before leaving. You can attack them if you want, but honestly, why would you? I think once Carrot is done eating, have him go talk to their leader. I have to look at all of my units right now. Make sure nobody's stuck and glitched pathing out. Are you all down here actually doing things? Or are you glitched out? Takes a lot of work to build a road. I'm just gonna try something. Just snap everyone out of their funk for a second. Carrots on guard duty. The question is now, it's 10 o'clock in the morning. Have you all got any sleep? Sleepy, 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 sleepy. If we can make it to this tile, I'm probably going to force them to rest. Someone did tell me in the comments, by the way, I should probably look up your name and give you a colonist. There is a mod called Forced March that will make them continue marching throughout the night, I guess. As long as they're within 4 hours distance of the location. Which is pretty useful whenever you're just wanting to get them home and they're on the outskirts. You've got bleeding, wounded people. You're starving. Let's set up camp. I can smell the home-cooked meals a mile away, but it's too far. Let's just camp here. Boop, boo, doo, doo, doo. This is the type of stuff that I normally cut out, where nothing is going on. Carrot, I want you down here. Hey, there it goes. Normally just waiting for the game FPS to improve. For work to get done. Again, it's like Dwarf Fortress in a lot of respects. I can queue up a ton of work and wait for things to align, and then come back and have a bunch to do. Otherwise, it's 10 minutes of sometimes watching the FPS chug along while people eat their breakfast. So you don't have anything to offer, of course, and I don't really want to give you any... Well... Unforgives. I say, what do these people even want? The amount of token that your negotiator will personally receive as a result of the deal. There's nothing I can offer them. They don't want to buy anything. Dyed leather. Well, I don't have any dyed leather. That's what you accept? They're like, well, we didn't really even come here for that. We don't want to trade. We just came to hang out and see the place, make notes of it so that we can sell it to pirates. I placed the pod launcher that we picked up right here. I can't do anything with it. I mean, I can click build a transport pod. Maybe they'll build it. But I think that takes components. If they build it, I'll hook it up to the chem fuel system. or have chem fuel be dumped into it. And then we'll launch somebody somewhere. Launch them to the moon. 402 chem fuel. That's a decent amount. Oh, crap. I got talking and thinking about the base and almost forgot about having them rest here. Okay, visibility is pretty good. Everybody definitely needs sleep. I can't zoom in anymore. I just want to make sure that they're in the tile. It's all dependent on the front pawn, I believe, where they're at. I hope so. I just called Emmy's Caravan, though, and Emmy is, like, in 3rd place, so I could be wrong. I could be wrong. Okay. Let them take care of their needs for a moment. I'm gonna check on the base again. Smoke pop packs. We can now build them and allow the wearer to deploy a defensive smoke screen. Those are really useful, apparently, against mechanoids. I did not expect that last mech cluster to go so well. Even if it hadn't been for the smoke launcher, definitely wouldn't have. Hey, look, another battery just showed up out of nowhere. I wonder if this building should have some type of backup battery power supply. Just in case things go bad. This building, if things go bad, can just turn the power on with this. And probably power the whole damn base. We have another song titled Gymnopede for Box McCloud. A musical composition expressing distance. We've seen that one. Soft Rope for the Old Hysteria. A musical composition expressing suffering. Revy is quite the musician. That's excellent quality. Normal. They're working on another one. It'll be a while, they say. They need a bit of inspiration. Grimmeth and Carrot sit there and chat in the graveyard, talking about Dion's body that they can still smell through the dirt somehow. You know what, I kind of want to move the graveyard just a little bit. I know this is terrible. Because I want to run a fence down through here. I would like to wrap this entire section in some type of cast iron fence that makes it look like a graveyard. So all of these bodies... say maybe... except for Dion's, which is there. Open them up. Get those bodies out. I don't think there is anyone else that we actually know in here. White dinosaur. It's mostly a whole bunch of punk-ass jerks who raided us and snuck their way into my... basically, into my base. They're now permanently in here. The mime... cancel that one. We have to save Shinmira. That's right, I completely forgot whenever I was naming the dead. Because they turned into a damn mime and betrayed us. I think that's it. We'll dig up all these bodies, burn the skeletons, since hopefully that's all that remains. I think if they were an immortal, they would have popped up by now. And then I'm gonna shift a bunch of these graves around. I don't really want to move this building, so I might just put a gate here on each side, and then fencing. Either way, I think I'm gonna end the video here. Whenever we come back, we're gonna raid this place. Faction Clade of Hazjafo. I have no idea, based on that name, what weapons they could even have. I know they have a ton of steel, which is kind of terrifying.